Can music really affect your brain? If so, what does it do to your brain? And is it possible that one specific type of music can increase your brain power by 99%? We're about to find out. A well-known neurologist once said, "Music is a powerful force that can influence our emotions, memories, and even our physical reactions. When we hear music, it triggers a complex interplay of neural activity in our brain, resulting in a symphony of neurological responses." But how true is this? Let's take a deeper dive into the science behind it. Now, you might have heard that listening to Mozart can make you smarter. This idea started in the 90s and was popularized by a book called Mozart Effect, which proposed that listening to Mozart's Sixth Symphony could temporarily boost your IQ. While this sounds too good to be true, there's actually some truth to it. Researchers found that listening to Mozart before taking a spatial reasoning test did improve the subject's performance. However, they also found that just being in a pleasant mood increased performance too. So it seems like the effect is more about being happy than Mozart specifically. But how does music affect your brain, and is it possible for certain music to boost your brain power? To answer these questions, let's break down exactly what happens in your brain when you hear your favorite song. 1. The sound hits your ear. When the sound waves of your favorite song reach your ear, it's like a tiny little party starting in your auditory system. These sound waves cause vibrations in your eardrum and set off a chain reaction. It's like dominoes passing messages along to the next player until the final destination, your brain. More specifically, the sound waves trigger hair cells in your inner ear to send signals through the auditory nerve to the brain's numbered those, the brainstem gets the beat. First stop on the journey is the brainstem, where a small group of neurons known as the nucleus tractus solitarius or NTS, well, they're the VIPs of the party. They receive signals from your ears and kick off the auditory processing action. Now, here's where things get interesting. The NTS sends these signals to the midbrain, but not the boring parts. No, sir. It heads straight for the superior colliculus, which is basically the brain's party planner. This area coordinates with other parts of the brain to get you all revved up. The superior colliculus works with the cerebellum and the basal ganglia, which are like the DJ and the dance floor of the brain. Together, they control your eye movements and orienting response, making sure you're focused on the music's source. Meanwhile, the NTS also sends feel-good vibes to the hypothalamus, which is the brain's mood setter. 3. Music makes you move. Speaking of dance floors, how can music move you physically? Well, that's where the basal ganglia comes in. This group of brain structures is like the DJ booth, selecting and coordinating the right brain signals to get you moving, grooving. The basal ganglia receives input from the thalamus, which acts like a switchboard connecting various parts of the brain. When you hear music, the thalamus directs the signals to the motor cortex, which is like the lead singer of the band, controlling voluntary movements. With the help of the cerebellum, which acts as the conductor, ensuring smooth coordination, the motor cortex sends out the right instructions to your muscles, making you want to dance or at least tap your feet. 4. The cerebral cortex takes center stage. As the music swells, the party moves to the cerebral cortex, the brain's big top where the grand finale of neurological responses unfolds. Here's the frontal lobe, the conductor of the orchestra, directing the whole operation by coordinating the activity of different brain regions. It works with the parietal lobe, which processes sensory information, including touch and temperature, making you feel the warmth of the music. The temporal lobe, well, it's the rhythm section, handling auditory processing and memory. When you hear that familiar tune, the temporal lobe activates areas associated with emotion and reward, triggering the release of those feel-good neurotransmitters. And finally, the occipital lobe, aka the visual artist, transforms these neurological signals into vivid imagery in your mind's eye. So far, we've covered how music affects different parts of your brain when you hear your favorite song. Now let us talk about what happens when that song drops, and how that dopamine explosion happens. 99% underestimate. First, let's look at the reward circuit. Music has the ability to activate the mesolimbic reward pathway in your brain, a key part of the so-called reward system. This pathway is like a superhighway for feel-good neurotransmitters like dopamine. When that familiar melody hits, your brain starts pumping out dopamine, creating a pleasurable sensation that makes you feel good. But it's not just about feeling good. Dopamine is also linked to motivation and focus. That surge of dopamine can make you more motivated to keep listening, and can even help you focus on the music. Second, let's talk about the role of surprise. One of the reasons why your favorite songs are, well, your favorites, is because they have a certain element of surprise. Maybe they're an unexpected instrument, or a sudden change in tempo, or maybe it reminds you of a special memory. Whatever the reason, your brain loves to be surprised, and when it releases dopamine, like a burst of fireworks. This dopamine release reinforces the connection between the song and the reward center in your brain, making you feel even better. Third, let's consider the context. Our brains love multisensory experiences, and music is no exception. If you're listening to your favorite song while also looking at the album art, or even better, watching a music video, your brain will release even more dopamine. This is because you're engaging multiple senses, which creates a richer, more rewarding experience. Finally, let's not forget about the power of personal meaning. Music has a unique ability to evoke emotions and memories. Your favorite song may remind you of a special time in your life, a significant person, or a particular place. These associations create a powerful emotional response in your brain, leading to a massive dopamine release. So there you have it. The next time you hear your favorite song, remember that a dopamine explosion is happening in your brain. And that's not all. There are ways to make that dopamine release even bigger and better. So go ahead, crank up the volume, sing along, and dance like nobody's watching. Just don't forget to share the love. Put on your favorite tunes and watch as your brain rewards you with a dopamine rush. But remember, it's not just about the music. It's about the memories, the emotions, and the personal meaning you attach to each song. So turn up the volume and let the dopamine dance. If you found this video insightful, please hit the like button. And if you want to continue learning about fascinating topics, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. In conclusion, the power of music over our brains is undeniable. From the intricate journey of sound waves through our auditory system to the euphoric dopamine release triggered by our favorite tunes, music truly is a neurological masterpiece. Understanding how music affects our brain can not only deepen our appreciation for this universal language, but also provide insights into the complexities of our own minds. Whether it has the ability of certain songs to boost our focus, or the surprising impact of music on our emotions and memories, there's always something new to discover about the relationship between our brain and music. So keep exploring, keep listening, and let the harmonious symphony within your brain continue to amaze.